Farzana Nakia from the class of 5B. Before we start, have you heard of value engineering? Standard problem-solving procedures have been developed in most industries. For example, if you wish to build a road from point A to point B and there is a stream in the way, you would construct a conventional sort of bridge. Human nature is drawn to what is familiar. If that sort of bridge has been built before, all stakeholders will be tempted to repeat the prior success and avoid thinking out of the box. This is where value engineering comes into play. Now, come with me as we dive deeper into value engineering in construction management, and I will be assisting you to get better understanding the importance of value engineering and how it contributes to construction management. But first, what exactly is value engineering? Value engineering is a method of delivering essential project services at the lowest possible cost. It encourages the use of less expensive materials and technologies in place of more expensive ones without sacrificing functionality. It is only concerned with the functionalities of various components and materials as opposed to their physical characteristics. Besides, value engineering is not a cost-cutting or design review exercise. Instead, it is a curative, coordinated effort that evaluates a project's requirements with the goal of performing the key functions at the lowest overall cost, which are capital, staffing, energy, as well as maintenance over the project's lifetime.
Value engineering is not just an engineering initiative. Manufacturing organizations are constantly pressed to stay ahead of the pack. Reaching the top slot and sustaining the position calls for achieving sustainable profitability, increasing revenue, innovative and competitive products, and expansion into newer markets.
Value and economy are increased by a study of alternate design, concepts, materials, and processes without sacrificing the client's functional and value objectives through a group investigation using an experienced multidisciplinary team. And why does value engineering is needed in construction project? Now, with the use of value engineering, construction projects can be analyzed in great depth to determine the most effective way to achieve their objectives. It is employed to resolve issues, identify and get rid of unwanted expenses, as well as enhance functionality and quality. The value engineering process consists of a series of methodical stages that are designed to maximize both short and long-term investment while achieving the most value at the lowest cost. It is also employed to maintain timeliness, cost, and scope. This necessitates a thorough independent examination of all the building project's components by a competent team. Additionally, it may be utilized to provide an impartial evaluation of the overall building project's cost projection. The application of value engineering can benefit at any stage of construction project to assure the highest quality at the lowest possible cost to the project's resources, budgets, schedule, and success. It is important to use value engineering prior to the commencement of construction. When it becomes clear that the project cannot be completed with the initial plans, resources, budget, and scope, many construction teams alternatively resort to value engineering. Now, value engineering is a team sport. Therefore, who are the parties involved? To produce the best product possible, a group of project stakeholders, including architects, designers, estimators, engineers, contractors, and project leads are involved. Value engineering is a process, not simply an idea. The value engineering approach is essentially the same whether a team wishes to restrict environmental effect, investigate alternate building methods, or swap out one material or system for another. So how does value engineering is applied in a construction project? Let's find out. It is only preoccupied with the functionality of various parts and materials as opposed to their physical attributes. 3 steps of value engineering method are utilized to achieve the ultimate aim of value engineering, which is optimum value for both initial and long-term investment.
The stages of value engineering. The value engineering process is broken up into 3 stages: planning, design, and methodology and approach.
The first one is planning. The earlier the planning and analysis done at the early stage of the construction project, the better for everyone. Value engineering is useful in identifying early on the project's challenges and potential improvement areas. The right materials, resources, budget, and timetable may be determined by using a collaborative approach during this planning stage, which enables everyone to voice their worries, suggestions, and problems. This first planning stage may save everyone time and money, provide suggestions and modifications, and strike up a conversation as to the best ways to accomplish the project's objectives. All of this without deviating from the plan. Next is design. The design is normally in the schematic level at the start of this second value engineering phase. In fact, having a value engineering session during the design phase is mandated by the majority of governmental organizations. The design team and the client assemble at this point to discuss the proposed design, the projected budget, the timetable, and the overall project strategy. The goal is to guarantee that the design is in line with attaining the optimal result for the project. Last one is methodology and approach. The value engineering workshop can and should be used during this third phase. 6 essential stages have been identified by SAFE International for the workshop to follow.
You will improve value with the 6-step job plan method. For over 8 decades, public and private organizations have followed these 6 steps in multidiscipline one-week workshops.
Number 1 is information phase, which to gather all facts during this phase to properly comprehend the project. Number 2 is function analysis phase, which is clearly to identify the functions and goals of the project. Number 3 is creative phase, which is in this phase is idea generation or brainstorming to best achieve the project. Number 4 is evaluation phase, which to evaluate all ideas to determine which offer the best value and outcome success for the project. Number 5 is development phase, which to review and determine the best alternatives with a focus on how to improve the construction project value. And number 6 is presentation phase. The value decision is presented to all stakeholders and invested parties in this phase. Value engineering is ultimately concerned with providing you with the finest construction project while posing the least risk to your budget, resources, schedule, material, and workforce. Consider value engineering as the process that makes sure every aspect of your project, including design, materials, building techniques, scheduling, and personnel, is executed to the highest standard. Now, here comes to the most interesting parts of the video, which is what are the parties responsible for?
Methodology stage. The last and final stage is the methodology stage, which is broken up into 6 important steps.
First off, information gathering. Determine the project scope and material composition. This stage is all about gathering information and understanding the project completely until the team is comfortable with the project's concept, who will use the finished product, and what the expectations are, materials, timetable, prices, drawings, and requirements are explored. You can start talking function once you are aware of the situation. Second of all, function analysis. Evaluate the need of the items indicated in the preceding stage to the project objectives by analyzing their roles. There are 2 types of functions: primary functions, which are necessary for the creation of the finished product, and secondary functions, which are notable but not essential to the project's core. The team can become inventive and look at solutions once they are recognized. The third one is creative speculation. Create other approaches of supplying essential building services. The value engineering team holds brainstorming sessions to come up with viable design answers for project functions. Because they have the most potential to add value, it makes sense to concentrate on the expensive things. No possibilities are eliminated at this point in the game. not even ones with significant defects. To provide just their greatest alternatives on game day, designers and their teammates will next remove the poor plays. Fourth, evaluation. Analyze the potential solutions. The team might start comparing possibilities by consulting subject matter experts and challenging the available choices. How effectively each option can fulfill the purpose of the original solution should be the main topic of debate in this case. The evaluation may take into account the location of the facility, its intended usage, and the local climate. Details matter, and so does the owner expectations. Therefore, this must be considered. Providing value is great, but the team has fallen short if the facility does not fulfill the owner's intention and falls short of the owner's vision. Keep in mind that every decision has an impact. Any or all of the other areas of a facility may be impacted by a change in one area. The group must talk about each alternative's overall consequences. Number 5 is cost analysis. Costs should be allocated to the substitute alternatives. The team must respond to two crucial inquiries. How much will the solution cost right now, and what will it cost throughout the course of the facility's life? Accurate building cost data is the design team's finest resource throughout this stage of the procedure. While historical pricing is excellent for estimating prices for known materials, tools, and jobs, it might not be sufficient for the value engineering process. Now, costs for assembly or individual units must be included in project estimates in great detail. Most architects, owners, engineers, and other pre-construction professionals rely on precise cost data from a trustworthy industry specialist to help them reach this level of detail and evaluate workable alternative ideas. How much the alternative solution will cost in the long run is determined with the use of the maintenance team's input and lifetime cost products. The original design, one that costs a little more now and a little less later, and a final solution that costs a little less now and a little more later will likely be the three possibilities left after this phase. Last but not least, development. Create the solutions that have the best chance of succeeding. The decisions made during this stage will be influenced by the project's timetable and the resources at hand. During this period, the team may produce drawings, digital square foot models, confirm cost projections, and validate other choices. The team must at the very least compile all recommendations, their benefits and drawbacks, and implementation strategies to submit to the project owners.
Value methodology is a proven method to ensure innovation and introduce a quick positive impact in the bottom line by improving the quality and performance of the projects it analyzes while reducing the committed resources to achieve it. And this is exactly the balance we continuously need to achieve.
The project team should make sure that the primary objective of raising value is accomplished when carrying out the project. Based on how well the recommendations are followed, the project's real cost savings should be calculated. Value engineering is a deliberate method for increasing a project's value at the lowest possible cost. It entails employing less expensive alternatives to the original materials and techniques while maintaining the product's functioning. Value engineering is a technique that aims to maximize budget without compromising quality and was first introduced by Lawrence Miles to his team at General Electric. Upon 70 years, Miles' approach has been improved and is now used in fields besides engineering. Now, value engineering is a trusted technique because design teams continue to rely on it to create dependable client connections and assist project owners in making the most of their resources. It can be applied to any project and any time to promote out-of-the-box thinking. In order to increase project delivery, everyone should be proficient with value engineering techniques. And this sums up the whole video. Thank you for your time. Stay safe. Bye. Okay.